Hi, it is iYikkam time again. So last night I got a really interesting questions from our European Wing Chunner friends. And the question is asking me, why do I say that Wing Chun is not Emei zhuang? And this is really interesting questions. And I like to show you what it is today. So here on, everybody is clear with it. Thing has to be clear as in engineering. Otherwise, we really don't know what we are doing, okay? So I want to clear this for the Wing Chunner, start from now to the future, once for all, okay? Now, Emei zhuang, when we mention that, because in the iYikkam Tao 1840, we know a part of the so-called internal practice, 内功, internal practice, is based on Emei zhuang. Okay. Now, let's talk about and understand what is this internal practice is about. In a few videos ago, I mentioned that the internal training have three training. One is the training of the deep breathing, okay, or the 心气 to 丹田. The second is the training of the blood circulations, or the make the blood vessels, be it the macro or the micro blood vessels, to be healthy, not rigid, not tense up, so that the blood circulations is good and be healthy. The third one is one be able to put oneself in a state so that one's body be able to balance itself and to store, accumulate energy itself, okay, or to charge itself. Okay, so this is three things. Now, it is true, and it is a fact that in the iYikkam Tao sets, our Wing Chun Tao sets in 1840, these three parts of training is based on the Emei zhuang technology. It is true. Nobody can deny that. It's in written. Okay? That's where we talk about the snakes. Okay, the analogy of snakes in Wing Chun's legends come in. Okay? Now, we need to know what is this 心气 to 丹田, or the have the practice so that one have a huge oxygen intake capacity is for, and what is this purpose of this blood vessels, healthy blood vessels is for, okay, and what is this put one into the state so that the body be able to balance itself, accumulate energy itself, okay, it is for. Now this is very simple in today's, if you look at sports and in today's science, okay, number one, if we do drastic sport or exercise or martial arts, we require a lot of energy in our body, okay. It's like if we go to run, okay, or we go to punch with full force, we require a lot of energy. That you require a lot of oxygen. If we don't have enough oxygen, we can faint or get dizzy because we don't have the oxygen, okay, run out of oxygen, okay. In today's science, we all know that. So the first thing, the 心气丹田, that's for that. So one have plenty or have big capacity of energy intake to support one's activity, because martial art, you like it or not, it is a drastic thing. Like in boxing, Western boxing, you know how much energy you need in the body in order to do the activity, okay? Now, that is the energy part. You need to have the energy. If you don't have the energy, you cannot do the job. You might get faint out, okay? Or dizzy and those kind of stuff, because you don't have the breathing, the energy to support it. The second thing is this. If one do those kinds of sport, okay, martial art, there's no such thing as the like today's the playing Tai Chi form type of thing. Martial art, you like it or not, is like the Western boxing, at least at that grade, because this is dealing with very demanding body, very fast, full force type of activity. Now, because you have you need the energy at the first place, and the second place is it is a heavy activity inside there, meaning that your blood circulations get really accelerate. And when you accelerate the blood circulations inside there to support the activity, okay, you create temperature rise in your body, okay? And you need all this blood circulation stuff to support it, to support the activity. That is where the second training is, the Xiu Mai, okay, in Chinese, in Mandarin. Your blood vessels now is needed to be healthy, okay? Otherwise, you can even get stroke, okay? If your blood vessels and so forth is not healthy, okay? Or not balanced, or the flow of the blood is not smooth, okay? So you see, in a really simple way, we can see internal Kung Fu or internal development is actually you need the oxygens to support the activity, which is called martial arts, which is a fighting art, okay? And then you need the circulations. If you don't have a good circulation, you get problem when you do those very high intense fighting. You don't have the energy, you get problem too. Okay, so the energy and the circulation, that's how you look at it in terms of today's science. One is you need the energy, another one is you need a good circulation, so your body can actually be in a healthy state while you're doing this martial arts. If you don't have this kind of training, you don't have oxygens, and your circulation is no good, your temperature of the body keeping rising, it cannot balance itself, you get problem. So oxygen related, the deep breathing, the Xing Qi Dan Tian, related to the energy intake you need. And the training of the blood vessels, the circulations belong to the group that the body has to balance itself in terms of temperature and circulation and everything. We just need to take care of. So this is the two, okay? So in any martial art, any sport, need those two elements. The third one is, after the martial art training, the body is going to use up the energy, get tired. Of course, people get tired, okay? And then circulations might be, the flow is getting weakening and so forth. So one need to go back to get the body to have it charge itself and balance itself. Like, you know what, very simple, like if we work the whole day and we're really tired, we need to rest. Rest is what it is. So again, to repeat, number one is the oxygen, because you need the energy. Number two is for the circulation, so that the blood circulation can be handled, the body temperature can be handled. The third one is martial arts is a really draining activity, so one need to rest after that. Okay, so then the internal training, 内功, is training this. That's the reason why I said, okay, let's go to Stanford University or UCLA to test out. Don't tell me about, you know, Emei 12 zhuang or whatever internal art. Just go test this thing out. If these three things cannot pass, forget about it. All is fantasy, okay? We just don't want to drop in names. We want to be real, okay? So that is what Emei component is there for, okay? In the basic way. Of course, can go a different way, you know, like the seniors training, blah, blah, blah. But this is the three core thing. Now, the second thing we need to know about momentum, okay? Momentum play, real deal play, need to go full force training. You look at the Western boxer training, it's a full force, okay? Only if one doing full force, one be able to know one's body's momentum and know how to handle the momentum which is one facing. There is no such thing as martial art who do not practice full force and can do anything. Okay? None. So those so-called internal art, which is practiced slowly and so forth, those are just a part of their training. Nobody in this world, if they don't train with full force with the momentum play, nobody can fight without that. Be it Western boxing, Kyokushin, BJJ, wrestling, Thai boxing, you just look everything. Okay, it has to be full force. No Chinese martial art can train in a slow motion way, can understand, can experience in momentum play. Okay, it has to be full force. Okay, so this is about momentum. You need to be careful on this. Now, let me make an analogy for you right here. Then you will know why, even if you are the best, the top guy of the Emei 12 zhuang, if you don't know Wing Chun, you don't know Wing Chun. In the same point, even if you are the top, the most grandmaster of the white current Fujian, from Fujian, which is another mother art of the Wing Chun, or Xiulin Tao Set, iYikkam Xiulin Tao Set. If you don't know Wing Chun, you don't know Wing Chun. Okay? Now, the analogy is this. Very simple. Take study of the electrical engineering. One need to know how to work with differential equations in order to solve the equations in the electrical engineering. Okay? But one is not required to be a mathematician or math major or math expert to work with the differential equations. Okay? So you got it? Electrical engineering. Okay? One need to know how to work with differential equations so that one can solve the equations in the electrical engineering. But one is not required to be the mathematicians or math major to work with the differential equations. Get this? Now, exactly Emei zhuang to Wing Chun is the relationship of electrical engineering and work with differential equations. So Emei zhuang is like the mathematics, the differential equations. As soon as you know how to work with the differential equations, you can use it, apply it in the electrical engineering. Okay? You don't have to be the mathematicians or your top Emei zhuang expert. You need to know a certain thing. Okay? Then you can develop your Xiulim Tao sets or your internal development. That's how clear. Okay? So the same, even though White Crane of Fujian and the Emei zhuang is the mother art of the iYikkam Xiulim Tao set 1840, by evidence, those are just like the part of differential equations of the electrical engineering. Anybody, even though they are the top best mathematicians in the world, will never know what is electrical engineering and do not know what is electrical engineering if they do not study electrical engineering. Sure, they can solve the equation given by the electrical engineer, but they do not know electrical engineering. That's how it is. So anybody who know the White Crane from Fujian or Emei zhuang, if they do not study Wing Chun, they have no idea what it is. This electrical engineering analogy is what it is. Why do I know? I go through it. I screw up with it and I look at it. Okay? Wing Chun is based on sticking body short strike. Emei can have its Nei Gong part or internal work part. White Crane can have the center axis part. But anybody who don't know the sticking body short strike platform of Wing Chun have no idea what Wing Chun is about. And the sticking body short strike is based on the Qi Guang. So you have these three things to unlock Wing Chun. Okay? Now, I hope that this is clear for you. And also I want to tell you this. Like every art, Emei zhuang, today's Emei zhuang, okay, also have its lineage issue. This lineage will say they are better, they are the truth one. The other lineage is the all kinds of stuff. Okay? While about a few generations ago, you don't have this problem. Okay? So often people ask me, oh, you know, which grandmaster of Emei zhuang you study with for you to know this Emei zhuang? Hello, sir. I don't claim that I know Emei zhuang. I'm an electrical engineer. I just need to know how to work with the differential equations within the electrical engineering. That's what it is. And because I see so many people talk so many different things today in Emei zhuang, and I have reference classic on the top and so forth, I go for what? I go for common denominator, which is the 613.3. That's based on Yellow Emperor Classic, the Buddhism Anapanasati teaching, and the Chinese cultural teaching. Because Emei zhuang is after Song Dynasty, is also a Buddhism art. So, you know, we can today with scientific, the Western way scientific of study, we can choose to use multiple data point to verify the common denominator and use that common denominator. We don't want to listen to anybody. If you listen to anybody, this lineage, I have, you know, there's evidence. Like even in Emei's zhuang, this lineage people will critics the other lineage, say, oh, he's doing wrong, and he's doing wrong. And I care only to solve the differential equation similar to electrical engineering. I don't want to get into the lineage stuff, who's right, who's wrong, okay? Because at the time of my study of Emei's zhuang, since I found the issue in 1978, when after my teacher, late Grandmaster Chow Hong Choi, gave me the transmissions of the iYikkam Shilin Tao writing up to a few decades, and I have the first student of mine, which is Russell Chung, who approached one of the grandmaster of the Emei's zhuang to verify different things. This is say around more than 10 years ago. Okay, he is precede any of my Western ex-student who I share Emei's zhuang with him. I know this much is because Russell is there, and Russell learned the small Xiuji Zhong is there. So, you know, it's my YouTube too, under Russell's name. Okay. So knowing that, and I check in the China and so forth, you have different group of people, different lineage of people, and I know that I cannot rely on that. So that's why I get this multiple points common denominator, and that's why I got this 613.3. Okay, because the 613.3, you know, you talk about internal development. It has to be, because we're human and it is from China, it's based on Buddhism and Taoism, it has to have the common denominator. So that is what I go for. That's the safest way. Sure, you have a advanced Emei's zhuang, this and that, but that's beyond my scopes already. I am studying Wing Chun, researching Wing Chun. I know what it is. I want to know what is Wing Chun. Okay? So I hope that this reason by evidence clear everything up for you. Okay? Again, this is not a story, by evidence. You can go check, dig into history, dig into everything for today's 2017, and you see whether what I said is fact or not. I like all historians to check into that. Okay? So that's why you study Emei's zhuang. Doesn't mean that you know Wing Chun. You can be the great grandmaster. In fact, as what I say, today's in the Emei's zhuang, one grandmaster will say the other grandmaster, the other lineage is improper, all this kind of thing. You know, it's Chinese stuff sometimes get into this kind of thing, and I careless. I want to know what the Buddha said. That's why I went to study Anapanasati stuff and get all different points, because I want to solve that. Because, like it or not, Emei's zhuang is from Buddhism. Okay. It's from the Buddhist temple, right? From Buddhism teaching. And everything Buddha teach can be related to Anapanasati. That is the bottom line of it, the core of it. You got the guts, you got the soul of it, you can see clearly what is this, okay? Anything is divert too far away, sorry, I'm not going to follow that, okay? And we need to get result. The bottom line is to get result. We cannot say, oh yeah, I study this internal, that internal, I go study, you know, I cannot do like this. Like Russell went to study the Xiuji Zhong, small letter Zhong with a grandmaster of Emei's zhuang. Okay, He can practice as much as he wants in the sets in the Emei zhuang, but he still do not know how to practice the iYikkam Xiulim Tao 1840 properly if he's not studying that. Why? Because there's a short strike content inside there. Okay. So when people ask me, oh, why do I go study with Ma Li Tang and everybody on different type of Qigong and so forth? Because I want common denominator. I'm not going to like any CEO in the Silicon Valley. He's not going to look at one thing and say, hey, we go this way. We want to see what's going on, multiple point, multiple data point. Okay. So that's why I say I prefer science and technology way. Get result, get the thing done. Not standing there arguing about this, who is the lineage, who's the grandmaster, all this name dropping, which is, you go nowhere. Just look at the people who advocate those kind of things. Look at all all ex-students who advocate they know Emei zhuang better than me and all this kind of thing. What the grandmaster of Emei zhuang said. You look at their video. Do they know Wing Chun mechanics, Wing Chun momentum, skin body short strike? They don't. Why? Because they quit before even I tell them what it is. They thought they know it already. Okay. So that's why after all this experience, I just do away all this lineage stuff. I don't want to get into this thing. Why? Because this is poison snakes, like the Buddha said. Gold is a poison snake. You can see, even my ex-student, the classmate fighting. Why can you teach why do you let him teach in Europe? Why cannot I? I said, well, how about you guys work out a solution? Nobody want to do that. Okay? And then somebody go to Europe, teach somebody who come back and question me when I said you cannot teach the Xiulim Tao set. Why? According to Chinese, at that time I didn't get rid of the lineage yet. He's my grand student and he questioned me that way. That means his sifu didn't do the job of educating him. That's why right now I get rid of the whole goddamn lineage stuff, and I tell you today, you guys maybe hear me saying Emei zhuang, this part is Emei, that part is Emei, get the grandmaster to verify. But sorry, you heard about the differential equation parts of the electrical engineering. You never study electrical engineering. Okay, that's the bottom line. So face the reality. Okay, that's why I want to make it a university way. No more all this lineage and all this kind of thing. And this is for you, Wing Chuner. From here, 2017, to the future 1,000 years or 2,000 years, as long as Wing Chun still exists in this world, this is the bottom line. You can cast in stone.